de El Salvador.
Hello everyone, great to be with you from Stamford Bridge. I'm Derek Ray, and joining me to provide expert analysis is Stuart Robson. And it's all about action from the Premier League in this case. It's Chelsea versus Southampton.
Thanks, Derek, as always. This should be a good game. Great atmosphere inside the stadium. We've got two teams full of quality, some interesting matchups, and two coaches that want to play an attractive brand of football. What more could you ask for?
And a look at the Chelsea starting 11. Kepa stands between the posts. Azpilicueta starts with Ben Chilwell in the fullback positions. And rather than use a strike partnership, they've gone with just the one player in attack. And here's how it looks for Southampton.
Well, this system gives them a good defensive base. A well-drilled back four, a solid midfield with wide players tucking in, and two forwards who can press the ball. But does it provide enough fluidity going forward? I'm never sure.
Ben Chilwell, number 8, Mateo Kovacic, and number 19, Mason Mount. Thank you for attending Stamford Bridge. Enjoy the game.
It ought to be a really interesting battle. Chelsea kick off. Kamaldeen Sulemana. And saved by the keeper. He's driven in the corner. That's high-level goalkeeping.
Well, that's a fantastic save. He's such a good keeper.
Over it comes. Well, he couldn't worry the keeper with that effort. I must say, this looks promising. And slipped through beautifully. And after the cross, a tremendous block. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Well, you never quite know who's going to emerge from the shadows and become a match winner, but this man might be a decent shout. What are you expecting to see from him, Stuart?
Well, he's the most creative player on the field. He can run with the ball, he can get himself out of tight situations, he can see a pass, he's very creative with his play. I think he's going to be the outstanding player today.
And that pass could be troublesome. Joao Felix. Madueke. Well, he was in the right place to intercept. Well, that's one for them to pursue. And the snuffing out of the cross there. So following the deflection, a corner kick coming up here.
Well, the fans are going mad here. They think that was a penalty.
It's a short one. Mount. Tremendous block. No two ways about it. A wild, wild attempt.
Well, it's so hard to get this right, and he just couldn't adjust his body quickly enough.
And a good challenge to bring that attack to an end. Well, they've given him too much space. Chance to put them in front. Could be. Really sound defending. And you've got to say, not the best of volleys that time.
Yeah, it was certainly there to hit, but he just couldn't make the right contact. It was well wide in the end.
Perfect challenge. And do they mean business on this occasion? He's in with a chance. And the keeper more than equal to it. Well, they're going for the short one. Not away completely. Koulibaly. And Chelsea have given us away. Sulemana. Elianusi. Happy to pass the ball, but remaining patient. No problems for the keeper. Koulibaly. Enzo Fernandez. Very alert defending to cut off the supply. Well, it was completely miscontrolled. Felix. Could go ahead. And the keeper did magnificently.
Well, that's just a wonderful save. How did he stop that?
Given away by Chelsea. Azpilicueta. Oh, great defending. And gobbled up with ease by the keeper. Paul Ebere Onuachu. Still pushing for the goal that would put them ahead, but not forcing it. Well, he made that interception look routine. In truth, it wasn't.
Well, as you can see, Chelsea have dominated the last 15 minutes and have looked great going forward. They just need to take one of the chances they've created to get themselves ahead today.
Armstrong. How can he take them on and beat them? Ward-Prowse. Safe pair of hands, did his job. Mateo Kovacic. This might be ideal for the counter. Felix. Splendid defending, and it needed to be. Elianusi. Paul Ebere Onuachu. And he's broken free. Well, what an opportunity that was.
Well, that's a great chance to open the scoring. It's a poor effort in the end.
Danger here as he runs at them, but a good piece of defending to bring it to an end. Can they hit on the break? Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Paul Ebere Onuachu. Well, a pass that lacks quality. Ward-Prowse. Southampton sloppy in possession. Felix. Well denied by the keeper, but really he only has himself to blame. And they continue to advance, and a lot of options here. Felix. And struggling to get the shot off. Takes the shot. And a wonderful diving save to deny the opportunity.
Well, they haven't created too much lately, but the fans know this is a chance to take the lead here.
Short corner it is. Fofana. Well, he hit it with authority. Close. Good pressure. Can they make something of this? Paul Ebere Onuachu. And a good challenge to bring that after the foul. A chance to contemplate what is next, and perhaps a goal from this free kick. He's got to have a go here. Oh, terrific free kick. And how well the keeper did to parry it. With the game level, let's see what they can do with this corner. Let's see about the delivery. A decisive clearance it was. Difficult to stop him. It's got to be! And that goes down as a very disappointing attempt.
Well, the keeper can't believe his luck. That's a really poor effort.
Joao Felix. And the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. Now he must favour the cross. Mount. And on to Kovacic. And no way through. João Felix. He's going forward well here. Ward-Prowse. Determined defending. It's with Fofana. And so the first half draws to a close here in West London. Well, we know how explosive João Felix can be, but not really bringing his influence to bear on this game.
Well, as the touch map shows us, he hasn't posed much of a threat so far, and that's down to a couple of things. Yes, the service hasn't been great, but his movement hasn't been good enough today.
It should be a match to look forward to. Chelsea get it underway. He's driven in the corner. That's high-level goalkeeping.
Well, that's a fantastic save. He's such a good keeper.
Tremendous block. No two ways about it. A wild, wild attempt.
Well, it's so hard to get this right, and he just couldn't adjust his body quickly enough.
And the keeper more than equal to it. Well, what an opportunity that was.
Well, that's a great chance to open the scoring. It's a poor effort in the end.
Takes the shot. And a wonderful diving save to deny the opportunity. Well, he hit it with authority. Close. He's got to have a go here. Oh, terrific free kick. And how well the keeper did. So back underway, and an intriguing second half in prospect. Oh, a nice looking pass. Oh, but brilliantly read to cut it out. It looked so promising. João Felix. Here's Kovacic. Enzo Fernandez. Moving the ball nicely, looking for that final pass. Felix. A good and fair challenge. Attacking possibilities for Chelsea. Well, they're sitting ever deeper. Oh, left his man behind here. Azpilicueta. Well, not quite the cross he was hoping for. And given away. He must finish! Oh, a goal! Well, maybe we shouldn't be surprised. They were asking for trouble with their passive approach.
Well, as the replay shows us, Mason Mount's pass is inch perfect, and it makes the striker's job so easy. All he has to do is make the right connection. It's a lovely goal.
One 0 then. And he's given us away. Fofana with it. João Felix. And doing all he can to grab his second of the game.
Well, he's been a real live wire today. A constant threat to this back line.
Favouring the short one. Mount. Koulibaly. Can he take the chance? Keeper did his job to begin with. Well, it came to nothing in the end.
Well, Chelsea are playing with great energy now, and it's got these fans going. Just listen to them.
Well, let's get more details on the injury situation from our pitchside reporter, Jeff Shreves.
He landed really heavily on his shoulder then. You can see the discomfort he's in. But he's a tough guy. I think he'll carry on.
Cheers, Jeff. A lovely attempt and a good save.
Well, it is a good save. The idea was good, the execution wasn't.
Good strength to keep the ball. This could level it. Oh, but the keeper with an important save. How important is that?
Well, he should score from there. That's a wasted opportunity. He should beat the keeper from that sort of distance.
Delivering it. Well, he couldn't worry the keeper with that effort. Using his strength to hold on to the ball and wait for teammates to arrive. João Felix. Fofana with it. João Felix. Being egged on by the crowd. The danger not over. Oh, blocked it! And Chelsea moving the ball forward. What can they do from here? Timely intervention. Ward-Prowse. It's a weighted pass. Corner kick awarded. And let's see if this will help them add to their lead. And time for the change now. Taken short. Kovacic. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Azpilicueta. Into the advanced position. Well, really, and turned onto the woodwork. And Sterling has it. Well, how close was that? Inches away. Well, they've been getting the substitute ready, and now they will make the personnel change. Diallo. Onuachu. Armstrong. The ball with James Ward-Prowse. Can they find a gap in the defence? Well, honestly, I didn't mean to jinx them. Just wasn't a very good pass, finally. Into the final 20 minutes. Joao Felix. Felix. Can they create something? Well, goodness me.
Well, even though he tried to place it into the corner, he's missed by quite some distance there.
Ahmed Benakocha. Really good challenge. Kovacic. Chance to finish. And a fine stop. Short corner taken. Defensive roadblock in the way of that cross. Armstrong. Well, the big question with the final whistle fast approaching is this. Can Chelsea see it out? Stuart, what have you made of their performance today?
Well, it's going to be a nervy end to this game. But if they do hold on, I think they've deserved their win. They've played really well and they've played some good attacking football. And in general, they've controlled the game.
Excellent defending. Now, counter-attacking possibilities here. Strength and control, a big part of his game. Ward-Prowse. Easy meet for the goalkeeper. Joao Felix. Great pressure to win the ball back. And quite simply wide of the target. Joao Felix. Really vital interception. Well, we're inside the final 10 minutes in this one. And failed to keep himself onside, unfortunately. They're certainly allowing their opponents to come onto them. And played through by Sterling. And a goal! They lead by 2 now. And that allows them to breathe a bit more easily.
Well, as you can see again, Sterling plays the perfectly weighted pass beyond the defenders. And the finish is just as good. That's an excellent goal.
Two 2-0 now, and back underway. Rather than a free kick, it's advantage Chelsea. Joao Felix. Here's Mount. There to win it back. Ibrahima Diallo. Armstrong. Diallo. Determined defending. Joao Felix. Well, they need to get tighter here. But it fizzles out thanks to that piece of defending. He's using his strength to good effect. Can he find the right pass? And Sterling has it. Well, the supporters think it's on. Mount. Oh, that's a fine save. Who can he pick out? Well, dealt with that ball comfortably. Using his physical strength to make sure he doesn't lose the ball. Well, this is far from over. We're going to have 5 minutes of stoppage time. Onuachu. Ibrahima Diallo. They've given it away. Zakaria. Here's Mount. A really effective shielding under pressure. Well, that's the end of that move for now. Mateo Kovacic. On the ball, Joao Felix. Sterling. Conor Gallagher. There to take it away. Stuart Armstrong. Lovely ball over the top. Armstrong. Ward-Prowse. And that is that. The referee brings this match to an end and Chelsea get the 3 points. What did you make of their performance as a whole?
Well, fairly comfortable in the end, wasn't it? Thought they controlled the middle of the park well. Going forward, there was some really nice incisive play too. It's a good result for them.
Well, a top-level contribution from Joao Felix. He certainly dominated, and we do say that quite a lot. Stuart, sum up for us. What impressed you most of all?
Well, it's a good performance. He worked hard, played well and scored a goal. And his team won. What more could you ask for?
And the keeper more than equal to it. Takes the shot. And a wonderful diving save to deny the opportunity. Well, not quite the cross he was hoping for. He must finish. Oh, a goal! Well, maybe we shouldn't be surprised. They were asking for trouble with their passive... And doing all he can to grab his second of the game.
Well, he's been a real live wire today. A constant threat to this back line.
Good strength to keep the ball. This could level it. Oh, but the keeper with an important save. How important is that?
Well, he should score from there. That's a wasted opportunity.
Played through by Sterling. And a goal! They lead by 2 now. And that allows them to breathe a bit more easily.